Hey everybody, I am Porscha Aubrey, and this is Chapter 6 of West Nation vs. East Nation, The Awakening. Wait, he shakes his hands in front of him, stopping me before I can answer him. What nation are you part of? East, every single one of us answer in unison. Alright then, he chuckles loudly, nothing but cheer in his voice. He's a bit taller than me, around 5 feet 11 inches. He's wearing a full suit of armor that covers any sort of identifying features. A crown rests on top of his head, along with a dark metal helmet. He has gold pauldrons. The top half of his armor is black, and a red cape flows past his shoulders and reaches just for his black metal boots. He has black bottoms with some sort of red and gold fabric that covers between both of his legs, which also reaches down to his boots. You take terrible care of your dog, I mentioned, staring blankly and seriously at him. What? No, he growls, and sprints up the stairs. As I chase after him, the portal makes a horrifying noise, the kind that you can hear all the time in hell, or when you're mining in the caves. We reach the top floor where his dog sits happily and well-fed because of me. Brian points to the dog and says, "See? He's perfectly fine." "That's because I fucking fed him," I shout, gesturing to the wolf as he wags his tail upon seeing me. There's a throne in the back of the room that I somehow didn't notice before. How the fuck did I not notice a whole fucking throne? Why the fuck do you have a throne in your room? Because I'm a king, he shrugs and marches over to the seat. The throne is black and red, and the seat doesn't look all that comfortable. It's clearly mainly for show. I have no doubt in my mind that he never sits in it other than when someone is over. I am the Mad Reaper King. Man, shut up! Rodrigo shouts, appearing behind us out of nowhere. Nobody calls you that. Yes, they do, Brian growls, literally. I am the best. I giggle, watching the two of them take their swords out and prepare to fight. Well, at least you're confident. I know, right? He grins, blocking Rodrigo's blow. I'm so hot. What? A few of the guys ask. I never said that, I laugh, watching as they continue to slice and cut each other with their hell-ridden blades. Brian pants and breathes heavily as his movements become slower and more heavy. His sword starts to hang by his side, giving Rodrigo an opening to slice directly across his chest. Blood splatters across the walls, staining the clothes and fur alike. A harsh cry escapes Brian's throat as he wobbles and tumbles to the blood-soaked cobblestone floor. His tears mix with his blood as he dozes off to his temporary death, soon to awaken once again in his bed. Wait! I broke his bed. Shit! Huh? What the? Brian's voice mutters with complete confusion. Where am I? What happened to my beds? Rodrigo mumbles, slowly meeting my eyes. Wait, did you reawaken in the forest? Renato asks, cutting in. Yeah, Brian shouts with an annoyed tone. What the fuck? It was probably West Nation, Rodrigo's answers, then promptly sprints away from me and out of the castle. The dog and I stand there, silently staring at each other. He doesn't lick or acknowledge the blood slowly fading from his fur. As I glance down to my clothes, I notice that the blood stains completely disappear from my dark green shirt, black shorts, and my black and dark red basketball shoes. It's a little difficult to see more on the left side because of my eye patch, but I can already tell that all of his blood and tears have vanished entirely. That's it! Brian shouts, and a head-turning bang comes from the front door. I guess that Brian's home. We're going to war. We've already decided on that, I respond, kneeling down and scratching his pet's ears. The wolf licks my hand, his tail going even more out of control. Wait, really? He asks with surprise in his tone. Yeah, Renato grumbles. I'm going to kill them all, Alberto's voice speaks with a psychotic hint. We all are, Anthony mentions. It's literally a war, I laugh. Footsteps reach to the floor that I still remain in. They stop just a few feet away from me. Slowly, I turn around, meeting Brian's unseeable eyes. Seriously, why is he always wearing a full suit of armor? I mean, at least he's always prepared for a fight, but his current outfit clearly doesn't really provide all that much protection. He stands tall, yet slightly hunched to his side. His armor rises and falls as we stare at each other for an undetermined amount of time. "Why are you still here?" he finally asks me. "Because I feel like it," I smirk, showing teeth in my smile. His arm slowly rises towards the staircase. "Get out." "Is it night?" I ask, still not moving away from his dog. The wolf sniffs my arms, still continuing to lick and wag his tail excitedly. "Why does that matter?" he asks, dropping his arms to his side and letting out an aggravated exhale. I shake my head, hiding my nerves in fear of the sizzlers as best as I can. Too dangerous. "Do you think I care?" He shakes his head and stomps over to me, grabbing my arm and pulling me up to my feet. My legs stumble a bit, but I manage to get my balance without falling over again. "Get out." "Make me." I cross my arms and stare him dead in the eye, if he even has any. My legs stay bolted to the ground as the air becomes tense and suffocating. Neither of us relent as we stand still, glaring daggers into the other. His armor sinks, and with a long, drawn-out exhale, he yields. Fine. Fuck yeah! I cheer and sprint down the stairs, aiming straight for his beds. "I call the black bed." "What? No!" Brian yells, now bounding behind me as well. "Wait," Anthony chimes in. His words are slow and cautious as he speaks them. "Are you two going to be sharing a bed?" "Ew!" Brian rumbles and groans. "Fuck no!" I hop in his bed. He grabs me by my waist and pulls me back out, dropping me onto the hard floor. "Get your own bed." "You get your own bed," I laugh, rubbing my now bruised elbow. "This is my castle," he retorts, throwing his arms up in the air as he glares down at me. "Well, not anymore, bitch!" I smirk and jump back onto his bed, holding the sides with all my strength. The fabric is soft, and just by touching the bed, I'm already starting to drift off to a cozy sleep. "Yeah, fair enough." He steps away from the black bed and circles around to the red one. He jumps into it, and just when I think he's actually going to go to sleep, he grabs the blanket out from under me and flips me off of the bed once more. He hollers from laughter as my head bangs onto the floor, and a bit of moisture starts to form on my scalp. "Karma, bitch!" Anthony roars from laughter. "Fuck you!" I shout, directing it towards both of them. I push myself back up to my feet and carefully tap my palm to my head. Nothing comes off, other than some sweat and water from the floor. "Guys, go to sleep," Rodrigo groans. "Yeah, Brian, go to sleep." I squint, showing an insane look in my eyes as I glare down at him. He hugs one of his pillows as he lies comfortably in his bed, gazing up at me with a smug grin. "Just watch what happens." "You're about to see what happens if you don't go to fucking sleep right now," Rodrigo quickly threatens with an impressive amount of clarity. "Give me the bed," I demand as I push Brian off of his and wrap the blankets around me. He rushes back to his feet and attempts to grab me once again, but Rodrigo appears out of nowhere once more and starts whacking Brian with a diamond sword. In a chaotic mixture of screams and voices, Rodrigo continues to beat up Brian until he's weak and falls unconscious in the bed. I sit up slightly and watch as Rodrigo laughs softly to himself and the dumb noises Brian made as he was getting his ass kicked. He notices me staring and threateningly points the blade in my direction, though I can only really see the blade since he's a little too small to see over the bed. I gulp and lie my head back down on the pillow, ignoring the blood that's slowly leaving Brian's body and soaking the used-to-be soft fabric. "Good," Rodrigo sneers, and heads back down the stairs, soon leaving the castle once more. "God damn, imagine having him as a babysitter," I joke, and the others soon join in with laughter. "Shut up and go to sleep before I knock all of you out," he threatens once more, but this time it's more of a teasing tone. "The fuck is your tiny ass going to do about it?" Anthony asks with a joking manner. There's complete silence from the entire group. Brian's armor rises and falls on the bed next to me. Does he seriously not take it off when he goes to sleep? That surely must make him extremely sore every morning, and I can't even imagine the kinds of injuries he must get from it. What, is he self-conscious or something? Hey, what are you? Hey, no, no, please no! Anthony cries out, screaming, begging, and pleading to not be killed. Rustler, please don't do this! His screams grow louder and more blood-curdling as Rodrigo continues to attack, snickering to himself as he takes payback against the insult. Anthony's presence fades, and Rodrigo laughs maniacally as it slowly grows back into existence once more. That's what you fucking get, bitch. Now go to sleep, all y'all. Other than a few laughs and jokes flying around, we all slowly start to quiet down and drift off to sleep in our beds. Brian's dog finds his way downstairs and hops onto the bed, lying completely across both Brian and I, and snoring happily to himself. There's a few groans of the zombies outside, along with the whistling breeze of the wind blowing past his large cobblestone castle on the mountain tops. My eyes drift to a close as my mind gives way to unconscious dreams of death, anguish, and friendship. Wake the fuck up, bitches! Anthony yells into my mind, jolting both Brian and I awake simultaneously. The wolf has already drifted to another area of the bed, so luckily he didn't get knocked off or hit by Brian's armor or anything. Brian doesn't even look at me as he climbs out of bed and heads over to a few of his chests, groaning, "Alright, it's day now. Get out." I laugh as I get out of the bed, giving the wolf a pork chop and a scratch behind the ears. Fair enough. He chucks something at me as I sprint towards the door, some of it getting stuck in my hair. The sun shines down brightly, though it's not as hot as usual. It still managed to kill the horrifying beast of the night. Once I get halfway down the cobblestone spiral staircase, I stop to check and see what he threw at me. A handful of seeds. That can be helpful, I guess. But these are wheat seeds. I'd say melon seeds or carrot seeds would be far more useful, especially for potion making. He then suddenly sprints past me, not paying any sort of attention to me as he continues on his way. I do the same, just not in as much of a rush. Though I guess that right now would be a good time to rob him again. But I'll just do it later. I'm certain that I'll get many occasions and chances to rob him and others. In fact, that just makes me excited once I finally meet West Nation. I bet there's tons of amazing things I can take from and use against them. Bryson starts screaming once again, and I make my way home, admiring the beauty of the flowers growing around me. And that is Chapter 6 of West Nation versus East Nation, and tomorrow I will be uploading Chapter 7. I hope you all have a great day.